Perform all work carefully, guided by compassion. A quote by Vedavyasa, also known as Vyasadeva, a revered sage and author of the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata. He is celebrated for his pivotal role in compiling and categorizing the four Vedas, making him one of the most important rishis in the Hindu tradition for his contributions to the preservation and organization of sacred texts. Hello, my name is Malati, and I'm the host of this show titled The Impressive Empress, where we celebrate and amplify the voices of women, providing insightful conversations, stories, and inspiration to help more women and girls embrace their power, purpose, and potential in all aspects of life. It gives me immense pleasure to talk to many women leaders discussing their struggles, challenges, leadership skills, celebrations, and beyond. The main idea behind this show is to understand what it takes for a woman to become a leader, to understand the journey from within, the journey to becoming a female leader with a higher purpose. Our guest for the day is Meera Nagarajan, who's the creative head and director of the television matrimonial series Kalyanamalai, which has been on air every Sunday for the last 23 years on South India's most popular TV channel, Sun TV. Through this program, prospective brides and grooms, accompanied by their parents or guardians, are introduced to each other. Many of these prospects have gone on to find their life partners through the show. Kalyanamalai is viewed by millions of Tamilians all over the world. It's hugely popular and is kept alive with interesting debates being blended into the show's topics. The brainchild of this innovative program is Ms. Meera Nagarajan. Inborn creativity, urge to involve innovation, ability to overcome the shortcomings, and unstinted commitment towards anything she undertakes are some of her qualities. She has developed a rare knack of listening to her hunch and instincts and shaping them into successful and easy to use end products. Meera, who deftly manages and balances her responsibility as a corporate director and as a flawless homemaker, is a standing example to prove that a perfect homemaker can also be a successful corporate professional. I'm so excited to have Meera on this show talking to me about creativity, compassion, and commitment. A very good afternoon, Meera. It's so lovely to see you and talk to you about the woman that you are, leading Kalyanamalai Private Limited as the CEO and Managing Director, and also leading many other initiatives. And I'm so excited to talk to you about it. Welcome to the show, Meera.
Thank you, Malati. I am also very much excited about this because I always admire you, what you are doing outside the country. That is very, very important. We are all doing in our hometown, and you are doing something good to the society outside your home country. So I am very much happy to have you as my host today.
Thank you so much, Meera. Yeah. Um, could you please tell me something about your growing up years, a couple of stories from your life that actually helped you take the plunge to becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah, as usual, like millions of people, I also was raised by my parents from a very normal situation, normal background. My father was working for railways and my mother was a housewife. And my grandma was the great initiator for me. She was a Tamil scholar and Tamil teacher who was working for the Sarada Vidyalaya, Matriculate, Sarada Vidyalaya High School, and she taught not alone taught me the academic side, she also taught me all the ethics in life. That is the root cause for my getting some inspiration from the womanhood. That is my grandma is my inspiration. So I grew with my three brothers, and I was the only female child who got all the privileges in my family as a female. Obviously, you should be knowing raising in Tamil Nadu was a luxury at that time. And my parents were very affectionate, and my grand was so affectionate to me. And my brothers were also very much into it because they were also loving me as a only one and only sister. So my childhood was very, very comfortable, and I had all the privilege to visit all the temple, visit all the concerts, visit all the speeches delivered by the eminent scholars at that time. Because at that period in Vismambalam and T Nagar in Chennai, it was a heaven at that time. So I had all the opportunity to go everywhere. I had no restriction to go anywhere. So all these things made me very comfortable in my life, made me grow in a very comfortable situation and all those things. And my school was very favorable to me because my grandma was a teacher over there. So I had a small feather on my cap. I was I was having some sort of privilege over there. While competing for the competition or while competing for some other captainship or something like that, I had little privilege over there. Of course, winning is not that easy, but I had some sort of privilege over there. So that made me to get the break the entry barrier. That I can always thank the situation for that this thing. So I had the opportunity to give my name for all the competition. My grandma was behind my this thing. So my childhood was very, very comfortable, and I always had the urge to do something different. That is the in my team, everybody started doing BSc computer, BSc Maths, BSc Physics, or something like that. I was doing I am BA Economics and MA Public Administration because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something for that public domain. I do not know. At that time, I had no mentor or something like that. Some sort of insight was there, I think. So that made me to getting into public administration. So all those things up to college education, I was so comfortable. And I got married to a very big family. That is the gate was widely opened at that time because I married to the person who had who is having two elder brothers who are all very prominent. One is Meera Nagarajan, and who was with director K. Balachandar at that time. And another one is Mr. Mohan, and he was also into business at that time. My husband was working for income tax at that time. So all the histories were all the incidents were passed actually as a history. So so I think at that time my creativity gate was opened at that time. So while I entered into this family, they were into small screen production. They were into some sort of this thing, business activities and all those things. So it opened up my mind, and I started doing something. I started contributing a little bit to that business, little bit to that creativity, and that was the first stage of my business journey. I think that made me very, very comfortable, and all my brother-in-laws and my sister-in-law and my husband, they were all very friendly while I entered into this house, and especially as my grandma, my mom, my mother-in-law was so friendly to me, and she's a very dominating person in one way that she will control everyone with her affection and love. So that is the quality of my grandma. She will not she never controlled anyone with the with a stick or something. She used to control with her affection and love. That was the very comfortable journey in my in-laws house. So that made me that created a red carpet welcome to my business entry actually.
Interesting, interesting. You had a kind of a red carpet, everything was set. It was only required that your creative juices start flowing, and you had the idea for Kalyanamalai during one of your family functions. I read somewhere. So, and it's now been almost, I think you're now doing it for the 23rd year. It started as a TV show on Sun TV. It is still progressing every single week. Definitely, that is a great feat in itself. Uh, there's a joke that, you don't need many creative minds to come up with an idea to change a light bulb. But this creative mind will definitely come up with 1,000 different ideas before settling on the perfect project. I think similarly in your case, it has been like the brain behind Kalyanamalai's program, TV program. I think it was the first of its kind program in the sense, until then, matrimony was always exchanging horoscopes or known people. But this brought in a very different innovation and clearly a very broad vision for this. But my question is, how do you sustain this creativity in the show's format, ensuring that it remains engaging and relevant to the audience week after week for 22 and a half years now?
Yeah, actually, Malati, to be very frank and honest with you, uh, I mean, we had no plan of such big vision or something. So, actually, usually we used to say, let us go with the flow. So, that was the mood at that time. When we started the matrimony Kalyanamalai, at that time there were not at all a single reality show in India in 24 years back. It is almost 2.5 decades back. So we had no clue on reality show. We had no clue on audience response. We had no clue at all. The only advantage what we had was the family was ready to invest something on production. At that time, my husband and my brother-in-law, Mr. Mohan, they were exporting the small screen content to other countries for Singapore broadcasting, Mauritius broadcasting, South African broadcasting, and all those things. As a forward integration, I wanted to do create some content because they were exporting the content what has been created by someone else. But I wanted to create that is a obviously it is a forward integration. So I wanted to do something. I wanted to produce something for that export. So we have started creating some content which is all time favorite like temples of India, culture of India, all those things. We have started exporting the content to all this broadcasting corporation. So which had a very good market because we have created, we had the market, we got the money back, and the production house is very safe. That was the one plus one, two. It was the calculation at that time. So, but at that time, these satellite channels were coming up in India, and especially Sun TV was the one which had a colorful launch and all those things. So we wanted to do something. We were previously doing for say DD, Doordarshan of Tamil Nadu, by India, and Doordarshan of Tamil Nadu, and all those things. But that was not a very commercially viable project for us. Actually, it was something for just for the fame sake. So, when the satellite channels were coming up in a large way, we wanted to do something for the satellite channel. At that time, this concept was sparkling in my mind, just like that, because I used to tell we were having a tea and the concept came at that time. That was the 3 minutes duration. We have created that concept at that Big Bang theory we used to say, no, like that, the 3 minutes we made that concept ready. But still, at least for the last 30 years, we are working for that actually. You are asking me how you are making it very interesting week by week by week. Always, the Tamil diaspora across the world, they are longing for two things. One is they wanted to get a perfect match for their bots, for their daughter or son. That is their main aim. Whenever, even though they are very much concentrating on the education, concentrating on the profession and all those things. set apart all those things. They are longing for the good match for their children. That is the first thing. So that is the universal problem for the Tamil across the universe, across the globe. That is the one problem we have taken in our hand. So it is a perennial market we are having. And another one is that they are longing for the, that is for those who are expatriates. They wanted to maintain the culture to an extent and pass it on the culture to the next generation, at least to an extent. So they are longing for that actually. So we are into that segment. We are into the two segments. We are finding the perfect match to an extent for the children. At least we are making the, we are showing the way how to go about it. At least if at all we are unable to find them, we are showing them the way how they should go about how to travel and all those things. And we are making the shows very bright with the topics which are very much connected with the Tamil culture, Tamil society, Tamil activities, and especially South Indian this thing. So those things making us very, very lively all the time. Whenever we visit any country for that matter, we have visited last year UK, and we did the program for two locations. One was for Manchester and one was for Oxford. I always long for doing some studies in Oxford or Harvard or something like that. I have visited the university because I had only that opportunity actually. Anyway, I am thankful for that. So we are giving the content for those two ends. So everybody is longing for Kalyanamalai. And wherever we are going, we are getting the very warm welcome. And the content what we are creating and the topic what we are giving, it is very much suitable to the current society. It is not the content Ramayana, who is best in Ramayana or something like that. It is the content which is hitting their life every day. Actually, that is the content what we are creating, and we are giving priority for the Indian culture and all those things. That makes us traveling all the time. That makes us feeling evergreen all the time.
So Kalyanamalai is not only present in Tamil Nadu, it is also traveling all over the globe. But in addition to this, you also have a few more initiatives like the Pecharangam or the debate that happens. And then you also launched this Wedding and Beyond, a huge marriage mela. And when you're also into wedding, destination wedding services with the Atiti. So many new initiatives keep coming from time to time. Definitely, your creativity flows can be seen through all of this. How do you generate new and exciting ideas to keep Kalyanamalai ahead of competition?
Necessity is the parent of invention all the time, Malati. And we are into business. Every day we need to run. Either for the competitor or for the client, we need to run every day. So that makes us sit on the movement every, not even sit, that makes us stand on the moving rope all the time. So we need to invent any new initiative. Otherwise, it will become very stiff. The people will not have the intention to visit us every time because we are very strong in our offline activity. We need to keep them always engaged because the people are coming to us to get something which they are longing for either, or they want to get something interesting. So we should be in a position to provide them both the ends. We should give them something interesting and we should give them something which is very useful to them or what they are longing for. So we should be giving them something interesting means we should create every time something new. So we are for matrimony, I'll tell you one thing. Matrimony, there are so many bifurcation in our society. So if at all I give one profile, that is matching only for one person among thousand. So it will not create any interest for other 999 people. So I should keep them always engaged. Other 999 people should be engaged all the time. So what should I give them? I should give them something common to their interest. So we have started giving them some Pecharangam, Patti Mandram and all those things, which is the all-time favorite for the Tamil diaspora across the world. So so we used to give them all the interesting the topic which are very much relevant to their society, the topic which are relevant to Tamil Nadu will not be relevant to UK or US. So I should give them the topic which are relevant to them, and I should give them the speaker which are closely connected with them. So all these things we are doing every time. So one thing is Pecharangam and Pattimandram. For wedding and beyond, we have created the database in a huge way. So this is the database which the market is longing for, because wedding is the market which will have the very big purchase at anybody's lifetime. So this is the business, every businessman in India, especially for the jewelers or the silk saree vendors or the accessories partners or anyone else, you name it, destination wedding planners or something like that, or the horoscope matching person or the catering wala. For anyone, this database is very, very vital. For your secret, I'll tell you, it is very, very difficult for other vendors to identify the person who is looking for that is, who is going to have the wedding in their family within a year or something. That is the very, very difficult database they are longing for. But I am having the database as a Kalpa Vriksha or something like that. So that is the big database for the market people, and I am not utilizing the database for something which is not good to the society. This is good for all the ends. I used to tell there is a triangle. It is very, very useful for Kalyanamalai, obviously, and it is very, very useful for the business people, because they are going to have the very big. If at all they get 1 or 2% of the market share from the database, what I am having, it is a very, very useful market share for them. Third one is that the client will be getting the best buys. They will be getting the best negotiation, because all the brands will be extending something or other, very, very commendable discounts or commendable gifts to them. So all the ends will be in a position to get the benefits. Why should we should be in we should do this. Actually, Kalyanamali should do that. There is no other perfect organization for this wedding and beyond. Or I used to wedding and beyond means it is, we can take it in both the ways. It is wedding and beyond their lifestyle, or everything will be useful. And for the market also, it is wedding and beyond for all the needs they can supply. So they are supplying all the brands will be the brands which are connected with the wedding market, which are connected with the family business, family this thing, and consumer durables and all those things. It is the best market. So wedding and beyond is the, actually speaking, it is a very late initiative from my side, because I was thinking it for the last 5-6 years. But during that COVID, I could not initiate anything. So this is the for the I mean 2020 to 23 we have launched that project. It was a very grand success in Chennai and Coimbatore. We had in Chennai Trade Center. Everybody started asking me, how can you take the Chennai Trade Center as a whole, because it is 1 lakh square feet. And for the first initiative, how can you take this big this thing and all those things? I used to tell, this is not my first initiative. I humbly I am telling you, it is the 22nd year I am doing this. Previously, I was doing in a small way. Now I am doing in a big way. So it is not the first time that Kalyanamalai is entering into the project or something like that. For the last 22 years, we have been doing in a small way, and now we are coming out with a very big way. If at all, not now means how, when can I do all those things? So Wedding and Beyond is the initiative from Kalyanamalai. I think it is on right time, and it is going in a very big way. In 2023, we are going to have one mega project in Chennai Trade Center again. 2024 January, we are going to have in Codicia for the second time in Coimbatore, because Coimbatore is the business center of Tamil Nadu. So we wanted to have the safe boat always, because sailing in Tamil Nadu is safe, this thing for us. So we are doing these projects. So you were asking me about Atiti. To be on to your surprise, Atiti was our first initiative, and Kalyanamalai is our next initiative actually. But Kalyanamalai has overshaded everything. and Aditi has taken his back seat. Obviously, the reason behind is we were doing the wedding event management from last 35, 40 years. When I entered this house, when I entered this family, Mr. Mohan was doing this wedding event planning because he was the first person who was doing the wedding event management planning, who was not the cook. Previously, only the cook were doing this event management at that time. I am talking about 1985, 86. So when I entered, and I was at that time I was doing my public administration. I wanted to show my ability and knowledge and all those things. I was discussing with Mr. Mohan and my Mr. Nagarajan. Why can't we make it as a company, and why can't we make it as a corporate this thing and all those things? And we have started doing our wedding event management in a slowly, in a very good way. But when we started this Kalyanamalai, we started thinking nobody should think for the sake of Atiti or for the sake of getting business to Atiti, nobody should think that I'm doing Kalyan, because I wanted to have the very big database for Kalyanamalai. Because for Kalyanamalai, getting the match for one match, we must be in a position. We should have at least hundreds of prospective behind that. So we should have a very big database. So nobody should have any inhibition that we are doing only for this purpose. So we made the Atiti, we put the Atiti on our back seat, and we have not popularized that Atiti. We were doing only for the persons who knew about this thing and all those things, and for the family which we have already done or something like that. Now slowly Atiti is also taking its own shape, and we are doing the destination wedding. And since previously, whenever we talk about destination wedding, before 15 years or 20 years, we were thinking of only the outside India location. For the last 10 years, 15 years, we are thinking only Jaipur or Lonavala as the destination wedding. Now we have started thinking, why can't we do it in our ECR? Why can't we do it in our beach? Because Tamil Nadu and Chennai is famous for its beach. Why can't we make it as our destination? So now we have started creating the destination wedding. Even my daughter's wedding was conducted in ECR in a very big way in Mahabalipuram. It was a very grand success. So we have started thinking, because we always have the comfort in doing the wedding event management in Tamil Nadu, to an extent in to an extent in Bangalore. Not we have not traveled anywhere, because we wanted to have our cook, we wanted to have our culinary this thing. So we wanted to have our comfortable setup. So we always used to do it in Tamil Nadu and to Bangalore. So we have started creating destination wedding in Tamil Nadu, in Yelagiri, in ECR, Mahabalipuram, Pondicherry, and all those areas. So it is going in a very good way. One thing I wanted to tell you, Malati, everything evolves around wedding. I am not doing something. You were asking me how you are able to do all those things. I am doing the centerpiece is only the wedding. We are everything being evolved around the wedding. So all the activities are related. Either it is a forward integration or the backward integration. I have not gone beyond anything. That is, I have not branched out anything which is not in our synergetic this thing. So I think we are on our safe journey.
Great. A kind of portfolio diversification, but staying within weddings. When you mentioned wedding, I read somewhere that about 500,000 weddings have been accomplished in these last 22 years that Kalyanamalai has been in existence. Clearly a great feat. And certainly, your passion is the driving force behind this achievement. This requires a deep empathy and compassion. If I have understood having understood the wedding scenario or the matchmaking scenario in South Indian families, definitely, I would like to understand your emotional significance. How do you build that trust with both sides of the families that are trying to find the life partner? Can you share one personal experience that kind of sums it all up.
Okay. You are talking about the empathy. The concept behind Kalyanamalai is giving some sort of convenience to the girls. 30 years back, you should be knowing. You were also from South India, and you should be knowing all those things. Brides, would-be brides had no say on their choices. Yes or no should be the word from the mouth of men, not from the mouth of women, because the brides had no choice. The would-be groom has to say, I like this girl, or I am not in the position to marry this girl. So we wanted to create the comfort zone for the girls. So in Kalyanamali, 24 years back, the girls started asking, I want the groom to be like this. That was the social revolution we could make to the society, we could make to the community of women. When we started this program in 2000, we started introducing, Mr. Mohan used to start introducing the bride's family and all those things. We used to visit the temple in Chennai, near Tambram, all the Sundays. When we visited the temple on that Sunday, the mother and the would-be bride came to Mr. Mohan, and the mother asked, Mohan sir, you introduced this girl in the TV. I have started writing the inquiries. All the 40 pages notebook has gone. I do not know how to analyze all those things, how to segregate the database, and how to go about it. Mr. Mohan said, how many data you have created? She said, it is not less than 80 groom's family contacted me. She was thrilled like anything. So she started telling. So he asked, so what is the expectation of the qualification and profit? Every conversation was happening in the temple corridor. What is the qualification and occupation you are looking for? She said, my daughter is a BE, so I need something beyond that. And I need something, a very good professional. So how many database would be there? It must be 30 or 40. Okay, you delete all the other 30. So you are having 40 database right now. And what is your choice and what is your preference on the location? I have only one daughter. I am a single parent. She is a single parent. She was a single parent, and this girl is the only child, only girl. So we made the red carpet for the girl to getting married. So that is the revolution made by Kalyanamale. So he was asking that girl's mother. She was telling almost 20 of them are from Chennai. So you take that 20 and you go through the preference profiles with this thing and about the sibling. You will be getting 10 or 8. Why can't you talk to the 8? What will be the difficulty for you to talk to 8 people? That will be very easier for you. You believe it. Within 15 days, she concluded one alliance. So that is the path, or that is the revolution which was made by Kalyanamale at that time. So now we are having the internet. Now we are having all the comfort for the girls. Now the situation has been changed in such a way. Girls are in a very comfortable position, and boys are longing for the getting the right matches or something like that. We are not for that. We are not for girls to long for that or boys to long for that. We want everybody to have the equal right to have the perfect match. But one thing I wanted to tell you is 3 decades before, girls had the very good choice, and that was the revolution made by Kalyanamalai for the girls especially. And we have created a very good, comfortable platform for the alliance seekers, and that made us to travel long way actually.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I do understand the situation back then, let's say 30 or 40 years back, when the freedom for the girl to speak about the kind of boy that she was looking to spend the rest of her life with was not so easily available. And thanks, Meera, for opening it up for the girls also to voice their emotions. But in these corona times or in these testing times, how do you ensure that your team actually stayed on course to understand the feelings of your clients, if I may say that, or for the families that are looking for life partners? How did you ensure that your team operated within the values of the organization?
To be very honest, Corona was the time we had a very great lesson at that time, actually, because we understood where we are standing and we understood what is the need of our organization to the society. Everybody started staying at home, and the parents, previously they were telling, my boy is very busy, he is not in a position to see the bride's details or something. Even in reciprocation, bride's family used to tell, she always travels, she will not talk on weekdays, she talks only on weekends, I cannot go and disturb her or something like that. When they started living in the same house, they started realizing it is very difficult to find a match, and it is the right time they should have the family also, because they understood the value of the family at that time. Even the youngsters started understanding the importance of the family. They started understanding we should have our life partner right now. So we had a very great time at that time, and all our members, these because they were not very much comfortable with doing everything digital or something. But at that time, they understood the value of digital importance. They started doing all the things with thanks to technology. It started promoting because we are doing all the interviews over the Zoom meeting. Why can't we do all the alliance seeking meetings over Zoom or something like that? So they started initiating everything. And Mr. Mohan and the team, because I wanted to tell you one thing. Mr. Mohan is heading this exclusive matrimony because he is very he is the right person to be called as compassionate over this thing. So he is having a team of 24 people who are working under him for this exclusive matrimony alone. And they have started working in such a way, they started understanding each and every client's need and each and every client's longing for the family values, for longing for the family need and all those things. And the bride and groom, would be bride and groom also started replying soon because they were at home and they started giving us reply, and it was a time that gave us some insight to our association also. We started strongly believing what we are doing is absolutely right. We are very much doing something useful to the society, and usually in business we used to think once or twice, why am I here? That is the question always rise on our mind. But we had the answer at that Corona period. And thanks to Corona, we started learning the technology also. Because previously, if at all we want to go to, that is, if at all we have some program in US, we used to visit. We never bothered about visiting. We never bothered about traveling or something. Now we started understanding traveling, and we should travel whenever it is necessary. Otherwise, we should finish the job only technically. So all these things taught us only by Corona. And Corona has not made any damage to our business. That I should accept that actually. That after Corona, we came up with flying colors.
I think Corona has changed the way businesses are being carried out all around the world. There are many businesses that had to be closed down, but it's nice to hear that Kalyanamalai has survived, not only survived, has done things very differently during this time. Technology has made it possible for so many people. But the soft skills that the woman possesses and what the man possesses are definitely different. And do you think there is a difference in the way compassion is being handled by a man versus a woman? Now, because you mentioned Mr. Mohan is the one who leads the team for finding the right match in Kalyanamalai, but how would you look at it, man versus women?
Actually, woman heading the organization is very, very comfortable for the team actually, because we understand the value, we understand the work-life balance situation, and we understand the difficulty of the women around us, because last 2 days we had our corporate this thing leisure out trip. Every teammate of us started talking about their family and their difficulty and all those things. I did not know the insight, or I did not know the deep root of the situation, but always I understood the difficulty of the women. So that made the team very comfortable working under me. But for Mr. Mohan, understanding the profile's need, understanding the family values, understanding this thing always used to be very, very comfortable for him, because that was his passion. From the age of 2022, he used to work for the others' benefit. He used to work for social cause from his village or something. So that was that made him compassionate towards the society, understanding the pain of the parents, even though there is a, they must be crorepati or something like that, but they will be having the pain of not finding the right match for their only one girl or only one boy, who are the emperor of the big business, this thing. So he used to understand the pain of the very big man, and he used to understand the pain of the middle normal man. That feeling of Mr. Mohan made him very, very comfortable in that exclusive matrimony service. That understanding of everybody's need made me very, very comfortable heading the organization, because all the weekends, to be very precise, all the weekends we have our event. All the Saturdays and Sundays, all the teammates of mine, almost like 40, 50 girls, 40, 50 women, used to travel with me. So it is not something easy to say, for leaving the family and going all the weekends is not that easy. That too in India, and that too in South India, and that too in Tamil Nadu. So, but what made them very comfortable is we are keeping them in that position, that made the staff very comfortable and made the family very comfortable. Keeping the safety of women, protecting the health condition and all those things, that giving them the luxury or giving the comfort, not luxury, giving them the comfort what they are looking for, and making them feel at home. All these things are making them very, very comfortable and working very comfortable with us. So traveling all the time, all the brands used to ask me how these people are traveling all the weekends. I used to tell them, this is not the different family. It is the one family. It is the family of Kalyanamalai.
Amazing, amazing. 50 women traveling with you over the weekend is really amazing. You come across as one who is a successful leader and also as a flawless homemaker. You have managed the work life balance, as you mentioned, with remarkable finesse. Could you share some practical strategies or habits that you have developed to maintain this balance?
I always used to set up the expectations. I talk to my family all the time, what I am expecting from you, and what in turn I will extend to you. If at all I am not in town on Saturdays and Sundays, I used to compensate all the work on the weekdays. I used to visit my in-laws place. I used to visit my family. I used to do something for my daughters. I used to do nowadays. I used to do something for my grandchildren. I will not give up anything for the sake of company, or give up anything for the sake of business. In my personal life, I will not give up some Navaratri for the sake of my business event. I will do Navaratri and I will do the business also, for which the family support is very, very important. It is only a reciprocation, Malati. What we are giving, we are expecting. My mother-in-law used to tell, she has one proverb, always she used to tell, Kutram Parkil Sutram Illai. So we should understand the need of this thing, and we should understand the smaller needs of everyone, not alone the bigger needs. We should understand the smaller need. If at all my mother is longing for the call from me, I should do that call. Whether I am busy or something, I should do that call. So set the expectation, fulfill the expectation of others. That is the very big this thing, and I used to always prioritize that one thing, and not compromising on any of the work of our personal life for the sake of business life. That is seventh thing. Second thing, usually in the business we used to take switch on, switch off. So whenever I am at office, I will not think about my family. Whenever I am at home, 99% I will not do something for the business. From 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., it is absolutely my time. And I will work for, that is on weekdays. One day I will spend evening. Today evening I am going shopping with my grandson. So I will dedicate that this thing. I will prioritize everything, and I will not. That is usually for 50 years, 40 years back, when the family head used to pretend that he was so busy and he will expect everything woman has to do and all those things. Nowadays we do not have that privilege, and we should not have that privilege also. I am not expecting that privilege to be extended to me because I want to do my job. I used to cook, no, not regularly, definitely. Occasionally, I used to cook in a very nice way. I used to do all the festival in a full-fledged manner because I wanted to pass on that culture to my next generation. Whether to keep up the culture or not, that is their decision. I will not compel them, but definitely I will do that if at all they are interested. Not today means they will do it after 20 years, 30 years. My mother used to do all those things. Now, because I am putting the column what my mother used to put for the festival day. Nowadays, I am recreating everything. So after 20 years, 30 years, my daughter might be doing all those things. I do not know. But they may think my mother was used to do all these things. So why can't I? So I wanted to pass on that culture to them, and I don't want to preach them. I wanted to live and let them learn everything. If at all they wanted to learn, if they feel it is not very important to my life is something different. Let them live their life. So this is the policy I think I am following, and I am very touched. I am very comfortable because the family members have the same wavelength. That is the reason behind that actually.
Nice. I really like the point where you mentioned that you need to take care of the small things. Small things make a huge difference, and of course, prioritizing professional and personal lives matter a lot. I mean, I love Dr. Abdul Kalam, and he said, commitment is the fuel that ignites the fire of success. And clearly, Kalyanamalai's transformation from a traditional horoscope exchange to a visual medium on TV is thanks to the steadfast commitment shown by you and your team. Can you share some of the challenges you faced, how your commitment to your dream and vision helped overcome them?
When we create one initiative, usually we will not be getting all the positive comments from others, positive applauses from others, because making the dream come live is very difficult actually. For an example, Wedding and Beyond was a very big project. When I announced that project, it was not that easy because we had no experience on event management like such a big event or something like that. Everybody started asking us, how can we do all those things? We need minimum this much crore rupees to invest on all those things. How can we expect the return on investment? And all those things. We had the challenges over operation, we had the challenges over financial, we had the challenges over manpower, everywhere. Everywhere means everywhere. We had the challenges from the rivals and all those things. So, how to overcome all those things is the commitment what we are having. I should do this. I should fulfill this. I should, because it is the commitment. Not I have not given the commitment to others. I have given the commitment to myself. I have given the commitment to myself that I should do this. I will bring in minimum 25,000 walk-ins to this event. I will bring in this much business to others. I will bring in this much matches to my registrants. It is not alone business. The commitment is for Kalyanamalai, commitment is giving the matches to others. We are not working for the money. Obviously, money is the very big driving force. I am not denying that, but it is the successor. It is not the main engine, because if at all I am having 3 lakhs profile, I should have minimum of 30 lakh profile to match this profile. So I should work for them. So all the business model is making me to run around. All the business model is making me to fulfill the commitments. So I am giving the commitment to myself that Mr. Mohan always used to tell. Last year we have concluded more than 30,000 weddings. Means this year we should conclude 60,000 or 70,000 weddings. That makes the business run. That makes the commitment to get fulfilled. If at all I have to conclude 60,000 weddings, means I should have the 6 lakhs registration. If at all I have the 6 lakhs registration, means I should work all the weekends. I should create some concept to make the event successful. So everything is the byproduct of the commitment. Okay, so we are giving the commitment to ourselves, whether it is Mr. Mohan or myself, we are giving the commitment to ourselves and we are working towards that. And that is the self-motivation factor for us to run all this.
Yeah, personal commitment is definitely a very big driving force. What would be your suggestion or tips or advice, if you may, for some of the aspiring women leaders on developing and maintaining this commitment, especially in the face of adversity or uncertainty?
Setting the goal very reasonably is very important, because we should understand what is the ability of ourselves, ability of our organization, ability of the society. Because if the society is not in a position to take up that business, take up that commitment, means how much ever we are working, it will not give success to us. So we should understand what is the genuine target what we should set for, and we should work towards that. If we achieve 90% of the genuine target, it will be good. If we achieve 110% of the genuine target, that is great. And setting the genuine target is very important, because over a period only I started understanding all those things. Because whenever I started telling we will be having 3,000 people, and if I get 300 people, means I started understanding either I have not worked towards 3,000 people, or the capacity only is 300 people. I should reanalyze everything and I should reset the target. And I started retargeting. It is only 1,000 people, which is workable. It is not 3,000. I have not worked for 3,000. I have not worked for 1,000, and I have not. I have the no capacity. The market has no capacity for 3,000. I should work for 1,000. Having the target and having the big achievement goal, all those things are very appreciable. But having the genuine target is very important, which is a very big lesson I learned nowadays. Otherwise, we will be demoralized.
Great lessons there, Meera. Definitely worth looking at. To conclude, can you tell us something about a very innovative and unique approach that you took in one of your many social initiatives that even surprised you with its effectiveness and results?
Actually, to be honest, Wedding and Beyond is a very big initiative what we have taken, and the surprise I enjoyed was, usually you should be knowing whenever we go for sponsors or something, we used to go and talk to them. My project is Kuber, my project is this big, or something like that. I started, and we started enjoying, and we started realizing all the brands knocked at our door. And they started approaching when you are going to have this project, because that was the first project. Wedding and Beyond was the first initiative of Kalyanamalai for the big, that such a big magnitude. So we started, then only we started realizing what we have done for the last 20 years is giving us back now. So thanks to all that technology, social media, that made only that was possible only because of the social media. We have created one video and we have started publishing that video. That made a very big difference in the society, and they started approaching us, all the big brands. So I started realizing what we are doing to the society will definitely have the give back from the society one day or the other. So I always appreciate the society for the concern they are having on us, empathy and affection they are showing on us. That is the very big thing I am enjoying every day actually.
Great wisdom there. What we give to the society definitely comes back. Thank you so much, Meera, for sharing all your life's journey, starting from your childhood and the wedding and beyond, that is benefiting so many people across the society and at so many levels. Thank you so much for being
Thank
on
you.
the show.
I also had a very great time, and I started having some insight about myself through this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you liked this conversation and found it inspiring. If you think this could help transform minds, please feel free to share this podcast widely in your networks. You can listen to the Empress podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn, JioSavan, at Player FM. Got a question that you want me to ask our next guest? Do write to me at empress at Bhogya.online. EMPRESS at BHOGYA.ONLINE. That's it for now. Bye until the next time and take care.